Hello everybody, it's Kyle here from Monarch Real Estate, and I've got Phil and Mary to the side of me.
Hello.
Previous owners of 24
Galway,
but soon to be no longer owners of the house.
No, off travelling.
Off travelling. And we've helped in the sale of the property, and quite a quick one. Yeah?
Yeah, 3 days.
3 days. So lucky you, but you're not going away in 3 days, so we've got a bit of time for the settlement so you can get things.
Yeah, one more month.
House in order or the caravan in order?
We get the caravan.
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, beautiful. So I guess would you like to start just telling me a little bit about the story of why you went to sell? You don't have to share too much of the personal details, but you know, the journey that you're about to set out on.
My father's unwell in Brisbane, so we're doing something that we were going to do in 5 years' time.
Right.
So we had to sell our beautiful place to be able to buy our caravan, our fifth wheeler, and we'll travel over to Brisbane, hang around with my parents for a while.
Lovely.
And then we'll just keep travelling.
Nice.
So we're doing it 5 years earlier, and we're really wrapped.
And tell me a little bit about the five-wheeler. So you can pretty much live in it for how long?
The one we're buying is like a little apartment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
Now it's full off grid, so you don't need power.
Yeah.
As long as you've got water, you can just keep going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, all week's on solar.
Wow.
I
Okay.
can show you some photos later, and it's gorgeous.
Okay. Perfect. Excited. I'm excited for you guys. Just wanted to see what was the thing that maybe made myself and Monarch stand apart from the other agents.
You come across as being more confident.
All right.
You gave us just a nice feeling that you knew what you were doing and you could get the job done.
Oh, beautiful.
Yep.
Happy to hear. Great. Because I remember there was that time where you were like, all right, we're going to go for a smoko. We'll be back in 20.
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
Yep.
And then
So we always talk things over.
Yep.
and you came in and you said, nah, we're going with the other guy. And I went,
Oh, yeah.
oh.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you went, Mary, look at the look on his face. That was good.
No.
That was good. I remember those.
Yeah,
two.
no, we just felt confident. And you also checked up on us again.
Yeah.
Pretty straight away, where the
We
other...
haven't heard from the other ones
No.
Yeah, right.
at all.
So they lost their business.
Fly by. Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. And how did you find, I guess, the explaining of the process of what would take place? Because, I guess it's not for maybe you, but for people that maybe selling a house for the first time, or it's a bit daunting maybe selling a house. Did you find that I explained it pretty well? Or?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
And I've sold a few houses
You
as
knew
well.
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
the
was
feeling.
pretty easy, and we told you what our wish list was,
Yep.
and you sort of went a little bit.
Yeah.
But we just know we waited for the rate to go down.
Yep.
And thought it was just an awesome time to sell.
Yeah.
And it's a gorgeous place, so we
Yes.
knew it was going to
Yeah.
be successful. So
We've done a lot to it. Yeah.
yeah,
You have. You've put a lot of love into it.
Yeah.
And that's why I think some of the things that the invisible selling points, the invisible value that I can't see or any agent coming in can't see is the story you tell me about the property.
heartfelt. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yep.
and that's the thing that I used when we had people come through is that because people came, wow, and I said, look, they weren't planning to be gone from the house.
we're going to stay here forever.
This was their forever home.
Yep.
So that kind of made people realize a bit more.
Yep.
Make people feel like, okay, they put love and effort and can see it. With the price, I actually had to look back at it, and the buyer said, "Oh, look, I know I'm paying over for it, but I really want it, So
Yep.
so it's
That's
a good deal."
where the heartstring comes in.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
The emotion.
Yep.
And but I actually had a look, and if you look at the data, it actually is valued pretty much exactly $100,000 less than we achieved. So,
Yes. Yeah. Remember we looked it up.
Yep.
Yep.
And then when we listed it, we
That
got
was a low price though.
yeah. Well, we never talked about that price, did
No.
we? No.
But he'd be able to look that up anyway if he's.
Yeah. But so we sold it $100,000 over what the market data said it was.
Yep.
And then we listed it and we sold it $35,000 more.
Okay, yep.
So were you happy that that was a successful outcome for what you were thinking?
Well, our goal was 650.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you spoke to us just before you left on Sunday, we said, we want to push it to the 670 or whatever it was, but, negotiated, and so we're really happy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Well, so 665, the final
Yes.
outcome, which is
Which is
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah.
We wanted to
Which-
break the new
yeah.
thing around here.
yeah.
Yeah, which gives us the money that we want to do what we want to do now.
Yep.
To be be able to advance on to
Yeah, we're
travelling around the country.
Yep, pay the mortgage off, and it's paid off our fifth wheeler and Ram,
Perfect.
so we have no debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. Credit cards, and so it's going to be no debt whatsoever, and we just travel.
And that's the most important
these lot.
part of it.
Yeah.
It's not the numbers or the, that 100,000, those things I say is because it's like, wow, that's how much the market's moved. But at the end of the day, it's about what you can achieve.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's about the goals. And that's when we come into the house and we appraise. Some agents come and they look around and they say, show me this needs to be done, you need to fix that, you need to fix that. Where we just like to sit down and say, what are your goals? How can we achieve them? And if there's some sort of strategy there, then we can work together,
Yeah.
So that's how.
Yeah.
So I'd love to ask you guys, just individually, we're a new agency at Monarch Real Estate, so we've got experience separately in what we've done, but coming all together under the umbrella of Monarch Real Estate, we're new. What gave you the trust, and the kind of comfort to be able to go with us?
Did you want to do
You did. When you come out, you were friendly, you professional, you listened to what we wanted, you put in your side of things as well, which is good. They made us think about things.
Yep.
But basically it was you. You just
your
come across
personality.
personality and just went, yep, that's the guy that we need.
Perfect. Thank you. So the whole process, there were a few things that I did to kind of make it not just a great success in a short time frame, but also to make everybody happy, the buyers and the final buyer.
Well, what you did on Sunday was good, because
Yeah.
you contacted us to tell us that there was someone that wanted to come round on Sunday.
Yep.
Where some other agents may just bring that person round, but you actually went, oh, we're going to have open home now.
Yes. Yeah.
So that was, I was really wrapped with that.
And you know what the funny thing is, the person who wanted the private inspection, he could only come to 650, where the guy who came in on the open home and only put it up the night before, he's the guy,
come on that.
he's the final buyer.
Yeah.
So if you'd only just done it for that one person,
Yep.
that would have been it.
And the thing that I like to say to buyers is that for us to inconvenience the homeowners and say, look,
No, it's not inconvenience, we want to sell.
well, I mean, for us to open it up, it's better to open it up and show multiple
Oh,
people.
exactly.
Because the first day we only had one person come through, and he said, "Oh, there's not much of a lineup, is there?"
Yeah,
So
so it made
yeah.
it different for him.
it
That's
made it
right.
different for him,
But that's because I'd only gone on Thursday night too.
Yeah.
So we were sort of thinking, yeah. And then when you said the offer that the gentleman's offered us, and I was thinking, oh no, we can still have another couple of open homes. And then we went, you know what? As you said, the first one that you get is probably the best one.
Yeah.
Which,
And it was around what we wanted.
it was,
Yeah.
exactly. And then he bought the furniture as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Which makes our life so much easier.
Yeah.
Because Phil he mentioned that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those little bits help, those little bits of information,
Yeah.
because then I was able to negotiate with each one of the people coming through the house,
Yep.
the furniture. So
And so, it just saves us from having to play with Marketplace and have stupid people
Yeah.
coming round.
would there be anything else you'd like to give to somebody who was considering using myself or Monarch?
No, you were good. You said what you were going to do, and you did it.
Yeah.
And we're happy. aren't we?
Yeah, very.
Yep, we're very
We're
happy.
starting a new life completely.
Exciting. I'm happy for you guys.
Yeah. So, no, it's good.
And you little ones.
Yeah, and our little ones and the two cats.
Beautiful. Thanks, guys. That's Mary and Phil from 24 Gawler Way here in Calista. We'll see you on the next one.